Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the LAN Party Podcast. It is Tuesday, January 28th. I'm doing the introduction today because, as per usual, well, I guess I really can't say as per usual. It's just me being a smartass, but Tyler is not here yet. He will be here, but Tyler has a really good habit of leaving at the last minute and telling everybody at the last minute that he's going to be behind. So, with that being said, by some miraculous force of nature, Nate's feeling much better.
Yep.
Which is good because, he took all that valuable time off of work yesterday because he didn't feel really well.
No.
He felt terrible. So, glad to have him back in 100% condition. Because you guys could tell, even last night on the stream, he was just in real rough shape.
Yeah, I was.
So, got him back. Tonight, we are hoping to get a crew together for Sea of Thieves. We got 3 so far. We need 1 more. Probably do some more. I'm feeling like if we Sea of Thieves tonight, I'm feeling a lot of piracy again. Just going around sinking people. Kind of getting back in that vibe of just being pirates.
It's going to be rude.
Yeah.
Rude on the seas.
We're pirates. It's the Sea of Thieves. Not Sea of Friends. I saw it was like Lake of Looters or something like that. Like somebody made a just a meme and it was like Lake of Looters instead of Sea of Thieves.
Lake of Looters. That's stupid.
I mean, it's the same thing. Is the Sea of Thieves in fact a sea?
Yeah.
Is it though?
I'd say so.
So I actually thought about streaming it, but I didn't, because I did it on a bit of a time crunch. But I recommend the Maiden Voyage Tall Tale, Nate. Not that I'm sure you're short on money or doubloons or anything, but it's a really neat little voyage. It's on a sloop. It's a one-man crew. You can't have anybody with you. It's just a solo thing. There's no other players in that session. It's just you. But it puts you on a new island that's really, really neat, and it's kind of a tutorial to the game. So it's a new way to bring players into the game, and I actually, from this point on, I'm going to recommend that to players that haven't played it before, that play with us. If you've never played the game before, the Maiden Voyage does a really, really good job of introducing you to the game mechanics. You meet with the Pirate Lord, and he's like, okay, well, this is the Sea of Thieves, blah, 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 blah. Go take that sword out of the skeleton that's stuck in the tree. So you take the sword from the skeleton, and then it attacks you, and you kill it. And he gives you a map to get the rest of your equipment, and then you can explore. And you can fish and cook and do all that shit, but it rewards you for those. First off, you get a cool jacket if you complete all the commendations. You get the sails if you complete the voyage itself. But if you find all the journals, there's a key on that map that unlocks the cargo hold to the giant-ass fucking ship that's wrecked on the island. And it's got like 15,000 gold in it and 200 doubloons.
Nice.
So, really good way to kind of kickstart a player in the game. So yeah, if there's anybody that is new or whatever, or somebody that's going to get the game, because I think there are ways around it. Like Pancake didn't do it; he was able to just join us and play. But I think the game's going to push you to do the Maiden Voyage, and I recommend doing the Maiden Voyage. And if you already have the game in your Pirate Legend or whatever, I'd still recommend doing the Maiden Voyage because the island itself is beautiful. It's an awesome looking island, very well built, very well designed. And it had what looks to be a 4-masted ship on it.
Oh, really?
The back mast had a crow's nest on it. It was 3 sails high.
That's interesting.
So my suspicion is it's probably just the oversized galleon that we see everywhere, or that you all think you see everywhere, and I think it's always just a regular sized galleon. This is more of, best way I can put it is a complete version of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's still wrecked into like 2 or 3 pieces, but the chunks are top to bottom. So, but if it was a 3-masted ship, somebody drastically mismeasured the deck because the middle mast was almost up against the captain's quarters door. But like, On the regular galleon, you just have stairs that go straight down. This had like stairs that go out and then up. So they go from the deck and they it's a 90-degree angle. And there were barrels underneath the stairs. So if they did a bigger ship, of course, again, it really just looked like an oversized galleon.
Yeah.
Even still. But I'd love to see.
It's a 5-person ship.
Yeah. Yeah, or a 4.5 person. You got one guy that's got 2 peg legs and 2 hooks. I don't be good for much of anything, but...
You can have a 5th person, but he can just stay in the crow's nest and keep looking
Exactly.
Up.
Although, the crow's nest on that ship kind of suffered the original brig crow's nest problem, because it was on the back mast, which is the shortest mast.
So you can't see around the sail.
You're not going to be able to see anything. Unless it had another crow's nest further up. I also just watched a video of somebody that had done 3/4 of the Damned, like in a row. They hadn't sold off, so they had all the kegs and everything, and they had 12 mega kegs. And a brigantine wanted some of the loot, and they said no. And the brigantine started attacking them, and I think it was a galleon crew, so they shot at the brigantine and it started running off. And they had a harpoon rowboat, so they loaded all the super kegs onto the harpoon rowboat, harpooned onto the back of the brigantine, rolled it up, docked it on the back, and grabbed one of the mega kegs and lit it, and nobody shot at the dude because he had the keg. And then he just dropped it, and when it exploded, the other 11 blew it up. The ship was on fire, and when he came out of the water, you just saw black smoke and broken masts, and I'm pretty sure the ship had already sunk.
Nice.
12 super kegs detonated at once.
Was it like $44,000?
Oh yeah, you're not far off, yeah, because those run like 30-ish grand a piece, or three grand a piece. I'm sorry, not 30. If they ran 30 grand a piece, that would have been a tremendous waste of money. But, yeah, it was a lot of money. So yeah, we're hoping to get some Sea of Thieves in.
Yes, we got our 4th now.
Do we?
Yep, John said he's gonna play.
Did he? Well, I'm glad he sent that in the Discord.
Yep.
Or did he?
He did. Says right there, I am down tonight.
Streamer mode.
Oh.
That's why I don't see it. Well, we have 4. This should be an interesting evening. I think John's going to try to torch ships with bananas again.
Yep. Good stuff.
You know what I really thought was funny is when we were playing, it was you, me, Jared, and Tyler after Pancake logged off. And Jared and Tyler were both pre-burning bananas. Like Jared at one point went over to the ship and he got mad because he forgot to put a banana on the stove, and he's like, dude, I even pre-burnt my bananas so that I could set them on fire.
Yep.
John has started a cult following. I can't remember
It's a good tactic. I think it's worked every time we've tried it so far.
At least to some degree it has. Because
it's at least a distraction.
Yeah, because it confuses them. They're like, "What the fuck? Where did the fire come from?"
Well, you get used to the cooking noise after a while.
Yeah,
you
and you
really
forget
think about it.
You just think that it's another normal sound.
You just assume your other people on your ship
are
cooking something.
You never think to ask, "Hey, is somebody cooking something?"
Yeah. So you just sneak one on there, and then especially like if you're still in combat and it's on there, and they forget about it.
They're going to forget. They're going to be more worried about making sure nobody's on the boat.
That creates a problem that one of the crew members is going to have to deal with. So,
guys, the ship's on fire. How? Banana?
Banana? Dude, speaking of fire, the fire in Far Cry 5 is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I walked into that when we were trying to take over that outpost, and I walked into
that
building
house
with my shotgun. I forgot that it had the incendiary rounds for a moment, and I walked inside and I started going up the stairs, and this guy that came down the stairs, I shot him, and the fire started, and I was like, oh boy. And I tried walking around it, and that didn't work. I caught on fire, so then I retreated down the stairs, and I was going to sit there and wait for the fire to go out, and I caught on fire again. I turned around, and the entire building was engulfed in flames. I was like, oh, well.
And then all of our allies came in and were like, yeah, you might not want to go in the house for a while. Might be a little toasty. I'm just I can't remember what John called it, but he created a new like term for it
For
in one of
what?
the streams for setting ships on fire with a banana, but I don't remember what it was. It was but we were streaming. It was you, me, Tyler, and Jared. I think it was that night, the night after John set a ship on fire with a banana, and he said something, but it incorporated banana and like some form of pyrotechnics into the word, and it was very clever use of it was very clever wordplay, but I don't remember what he called them. It was in my stream chat. We were doing a fort. Don't remember what it was though. So there'll probably be more of that, but especially if we have Tyler on board tonight, it's just gonna be straight fucking. We're just gonna be pirates. I think we made. We might try to sell a couple rowboats too. Get Wet Willie's boat sales back up and going. And then I'm not really sure what to look for the rest of the week. We might try to convince John to play some Halo Wednesday night. No, that's a lie. We'll try to convince John to play Halo Thursday night since you have to go to bed earlier.
All right.
So we can do Halo, or we can do Sea of Thieves a couple nights this week. Hopefully, optimistically. And then move it around. But what else can we talk about? Because we just kind of came out of the gate talking Sea of Thieves, and I'm not really sure. I feel like there was some relevant news in the gaming world.
Was there?
But I can't remember. What's this? Halo and Destiny fans should check out the Disintegration beta. What is Disintegration?
I have no idea. Why don't you tell us?
Okay, well, I'm getting this article from Game Rant, so I don't know how reputable they are, but I also don't want to claim any of this as my own, but the engines are warming up on the game Disintegration, the new shooter game from Halo co-creator Marcus Leto and his relatively new studio V1 Interactive. The game is opening the doors to the wider public for the first time this week, with a closed technical beta starting Tuesday, January 8th, and transitioning into a full open beta on January 31st. Despite Disintegration being the first game from the V1 Interactive studio, fans of Bungie's Halo games and even current fans of Destiny 2 would be remiss not to pay attention to Disintegration. That's because it looks like an evolutionary mashup between some of Bungie's best games of the past, including Halo and Myth, both game franchises Leto was involved with. In development from the top level during his long tenure at Bungie. Disintegration is its own game, very separate from Bungie, and it's taking its own strides forward to define itself as a new kind of vehicle-based shooter with squad strategy elements, so that's not to say fans should be expecting a clone. But many veterans of Bungie have joined Leto at V1 Interactive, including Lee Wilson, the story and cinematic lead on Halo Reach, and Raj Natam, an artist on both Halo and Destiny. Won't be long before players get their hands on this game themselves, but just looking at the footage, it's easy to see Leto's signature style stamped on the game, as well as the first-person shooting and vehicle combat reminiscent of Halo, the strategy elements of Myth, and the squad-based narrative a la Halo Reach. Not only that, but the game is set in a sci-fi universe, so by all accounts, the game is playing to all of its developers' strengths. This means there's a lot of expectation on whether or not Disintegration will live up to its spiritual predecessors, and while the verdict is still clearly out, this beta should be the first step in realizing that. Wow, it does look very... Let's pop it up on the screen so that we can take a peek-see.
All right.
Because it
does.
does...
Post-apocalyptic or?
No, it's sci-fi. Like, based off the one image I saw in that article, because I was more reading the words and not looking at the pictures, but... It looked very, very Halo. Disintegration game. We're just going to mute this. Bring it over here and kind of... I think this is the game. Developed by... Oh, yeah. I think this is... Yeah. I can already see the similarities, though.
Similarities to what?
Halo. Here's your scoreboard. The shape of the HUD, even.
Oh, yeah.
Your health and what I would presume are probably overshields. It's a very interesting... It honestly doesn't look necessarily like a... Of course, I never played Myth. I've only played Halo from Bungie and Destiny, obviously. But this looks more like Titanfall mixed with Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Looks like it could be fun.
Could be. I don't know if they have a release date on it yet, though. Oh, just about dropped my phone. Set to release in 2020. That's all we know.
What is these vehicles, or are they mechs, or what is it?
They certainly look like mechs from the perspective, but then you see other people on the map and it looks like vehicles. Like little like fighter pods.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like what in the world? Like drones.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Interesting take on the game, though. Very possibly. I don't know, like I said, it kind of looks like a Halo Titanfall clone baby thing. And somebody decided to show up.
What are we talking about?
Disintegration.
Am I on?
Yes, you're on.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. I'm
You
pretty sure I
positive?
just unmuted everybody. Yeah, you're on.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. So this is a game called Disintegration. It's made by a studio called V1 Interactive, I think is what it was called, or something like that. But essentially, the head of that studio is a former Bungie employee, who was very heavily involved in the Halo projects and Myth projects.
So now what's that? There's like a giant dude.
You're a giant dude.
I don't understand exactly what's going on here.
Well, I also have sound off, so if the game's telling us anything, we don't hear it.
So it's like these futuristic drones, and then it's got like some big mech dudes and some little dudes.
Look at them engines, though, boy.
What engines?
On the side. You don't see the giant fucking blower motors?
Oh.
Why are they there?
To look cool.
Maybe that's where the engines are, Nate.
I know, but why?
Well,
Maybe that's just powering the guns.
I mean, look at the thing he's shooting at. You can't exactly stick an engine in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's where the people are sitting.
Look, it's got arms. Oh, people are flying these little drone things.
Oh, it's like a space bike, almost. That makes sense. You got the little... They're handlebars.
So they have aerial and ground units, I guess?
Yeah.
But it looks like that's mostly just aerial units. People just fucking running around.
This said a squad-based vehicle shooter.
Yeah, but look, there's a few mechs, too. See that one? Isn't that a mech down there? You can't see him now.
Yeah, probably.
Right there,
I see.
right there.
Yeah. But I would consider a mech a vehicle.
Yeah, I would too. I
'Cause
was
I mean,
expecting more like cars or tanks, something like that.
this could be interesting, though, if done well.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just got blowed up.
by himself or a teammate. One of the two. But, like I was saying earlier, though, I can definitely see the similarities to Halo. And like the biggest giveaway for me is the shape of the HUD here and just the layout up top. You got blue team and red team scores and then the timer right in the middle. And I know that that's not really signature Halo, but just the way it's presented on screen kind of makes me feel Halo. Like I'm getting Halo-y vibes when I look at the HUD. But then when you look at the gameplay, it's like, well, I'm watching Titanfall 3 or something. Like, you know, the game doesn't look Halo-y, except I will say some of the vehicle stuff kind of looks Halo-y. Just like the same kind of transport or the same kind of style that Halo handles vehicles. We got 22 seconds till the scoreboard
pew, pew.
screen.
Pew, pew,
We'll see what
pew.
it says after that. I'm interested to find out.
Pew pew pew.
It's not the Carnage report. That's what it's going to say. Oh no. They better not do this.
Do what?
Oh, it didn't give us a scoreboard. All right. So I'm just going through some of my Google-related news and shit on Google. And it says, Halo the Master Chief Collection for PC may let you sell mods for money.
What do you mean by that?
Microsoft has clarified its stance on mods for Halo Reach Halo Master Chief Collection on PC, and there are some intriguing details to be learned. Let me make sure this isn't them just taking one line and overanalyzing it. This guy is a relatively big name. Let me see if I can find his title in the article. 343 Senior Producer Michael Farney. That's who we're talking about here. And he has a quote in here. It says, for modding in MCC, Farney said it would be important to lower the barrier to entry as much as we can as it relates to the modding tools and mod managing systems for less technically savvy people. Current ways can be complicated and lead to people getting themselves into bad situations. It's just not good for long-term modding health. More official tools, things like Steam Workshop support, etc., are the best path forward. This is exciting to hear. Halo Steam Workshop would be nice. And then it says in the following paragraph, on the subject of the Steam Workshop, Farney and Microsoft are considering an environment where people can buy and sell MCC mods. However, this will depend on whether end-user license agreement gets approved by Microsoft's lawyers. It seems we are talking about this and not fundamentally against it, but will come down to what we're legally able to allow. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm dead serious on this. If they honestly, they need to do some research before they just go willy-nilly selling mods on the workshop. Look how that worked for Bethesda.
Yeah.
You remember the buy the mods on the Steam Workshop for Skyrim?
They got a little bit of blowback for that.
Little bit. So little, in fact, that the program lasted less than 24 hours. Do you remember that? Wasn't
Just a
good.
little bit of blowback.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to screw up your Master Chief Collection launch on PC? Because right now, we are in the year of Halo. And I genuinely believe that. Master Chief Collection's finally on PC. It launched with Reach. We're getting Combat Evolved likely within the next 2 months. No confirmation on that. That's just my optimistic speculation. By the end of 2020, Halo Reach, Combat Evolved 2, 3, ODST, and 4 will be in the Master Chief Collection on PC. By the end of 2020, we will have every Halo title on PC except Halo 5. Also, at the end of 2020, Halo Infinite's launching. And you want to screw up your PC fan base by charging for mods?
Nobody really likes to be charged for mods, let's be honest.
That is going to explode in their face. And look, I have defended Master Chief Collection, and because I don't think there are problems, and I admit that there are problems. But people keep going to the Steam database thing and being like, well, there's only like 7,000 concurrent players on Halo Reach right now. And the game population has dropped like 90% from its launch day figures. I'm like, okay, well, first off, games lose players over time. Your launch day figures are always going to be super uber inflated because everybody that bought the game is playing on that day. It's normal for a game to drop numbers. Maybe not as far as Reach has, but it's normal. But I'm going to tell you right now, with talk of paid mods, you're treading a very, 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 very thin ice path because PC players don't want that at all. Like, there's no PC player on the planet that's like, you know what I really want in Halo? Paid mods. They want mods. They don't want paid mods.
Yeah, that's just annoying. So yeah, hopefully they don't fuck that up.
Not to mention, you're going to try to monetize mods for a game that's technically 10 years old? Really?
I mean, Bethesda tried to do it with Skyrim.
But it wasn't 10 years old.
It's
Granted, it was
about to be.
old. But when they did the special edition, it was like 6 or 7. Which is still not principally any better, but...
Yeah, I mean, in terms of fucking digital content and the age of the internet, that shit's ancient.
But look at Combat Evolved. You're going to try to monetize mods for Combat Evolved? That game is ancient. Held up well, but it's old. That's going to make people mad. I really genuinely hope that they reconsider. And I honestly hope that Microsoft's lawyers don't let them do it. Probably won't be the case, because we know how Microsoft is. They love their money. But what is the world coming to? Well, you remember the days when being a PC player was great because you had your own little sanctuary, your games looked better, they performed better, and you had endless replayability because of all the mods out there. And then all these game developers are like, ooh, look at all this money that we could be making.
Yep.
Why? Leave us alone.
'Cause money.
Just give us games. Don't give us paid mods. I spent money on your damn game. I don't want to spend money on mods. That's not right. It's not, to me, first and foremost, to me, I should not have to pay 343 or Microsoft for content that they had no hand in publishing or developing.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't. I'd be much more inclined to donate money to a mod author if they had a donate link rather than buy the mod.
That's how it is on the Nexus now.
What, donate?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Whenever you download a mod, you have an option to donate.
That's okay to me. You want to know why? Because it's not paid mods.
Yeah.
You can donate to mods, and that's fine. I'm okay with that because those mod developers are putting their personal time into making these mods for you. It's not their job.
Well, I feel like a lot of those mods, though, are those mod creators just want it for themselves, and they're like, I can make it for myself. Might as well put it out there so other people can use it too.
Right. Nobody's really making mods for other people, usually.
Yeah.
Or they find a niche in the game and they're like, ooh, it'd be really cool to have. I'm going to try to make this. And then they make it and they launch it. That's what was going to be my radio mod for Fallout 70 or Fallout 4. I was going to do the Fusion radio mod, and I was making that for me because I wanted the same kind of music that Fallout 4 had, but more of it. Like, I wanted a really expansive playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just going to make it. But I ended up developing it, and one song ended up making the game crash, and then eventually the mod just quit working entirely, so I quit. And making a radio mod in Fallout is so fucking annoying. Because it's not just like load a bunch of tracks in, and then you have a shuffle option. You have to create a line of dialogue. And I had 65 songs in my radio mod. And you have to create, like, essentially a quest for the radio. And then each quest stage is each song. So you have to create 65 stages. And then on each stage, you've got, like, alternate options. So on each stage, you have to create 65, variations. So that it'll load this song, but if it queues up this song, it can queue up one of these songs next. And then that's not even adding in your DJ, like, talk show host or whatever. Now you have to add all those variations in, and then you have to use all the code things to bind them to certain songs. So if he's like, well, you're about to hear Blue Moon by Frank Sinatra, you have to find Blue Moon in every case that it could be queued up and have him use this. It's a pain in the ass. Absolute royal pain.
Well, just get over it.
I did. I quit working on it.
Get over it as in, like, stop complaining. Just finish.
No. It's not going to get finished because the mod quit working. And I'm not going to go searching through fucking 600 lines of quest stages to figure out why it quit working. Doesn't mean that much to me.
The life of programming.
Yeah, no. I know why. I can, just based off of that, which, again, I'm sorry to say, but who the fuck makes a radio a quest?
Apparently you did.
No, that's how the radios are in Fallout. They are actual quests. You don't have, like, radio stations in the little entity list. You have the radio stations and they're listed as quests, and then you open them up and it's just a series of stages. And I'm like, what? Could you not just have, like, a sound list that can be queued up and randomized and shuffled from, like, the Pip-Boy, and, like, when you pick it, it just queues up this sound list and it can shuffle in these ways?
I bet I know why they did that. Because the radio changes
Based off of your discussion.
Yeah.
But surely to God, like, there are things, like, just set it so that if this action in the quest has happened, this dialogue will queue up and this one won't. Or has a chance of queuing up. Instead of 600 lines just to have 10 songs in there.
Maybe they did it that way because they're getting paid by the hour.
That's a good point.
That's it. Fucking Todd Howard comes in. Why is it taking you all so long to get the radio going?
We couldn't figure out a way to do it without including the quest list, so we made them quests. All right. So it's taking us a while to get all the queues and appropriate channels set up, but we'll get it. Don't worry about it. And as soon as he leaves, they're just like, this fucking guy. This guy thinks he's so good because he was in the chess club.
Yeah, no, it's a handful. I was just talking to Nate before the podcast. I've actually kind of had an itch to play Fallout. But I want to play Fallout, like, with Nate or somebody, but I don't want to play Fallout 76.
They should have just made a co-op Fallout game. Why couldn't they do that?
Because
I think Skyrim with Friends just came out.
Yeah, but that's not Fallout.
But it's Skyrim.
But it's not Fallout.
Dude, I got bored of Skyrim real quick. I finished the game and stuff, and I played a little bit longer after I finished the game, and it just, like, I hit a hard wall. Like, I lost complete interest.
I haven't hit that yet.
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
I haven't ever seen you playing it.
Well, you don't see me playing other games very often either. Doesn't mean I lost interest.
The combat's not fun.
It's not the combat for me. It's just I just haven't played it. But I like Fallout's universe. Like, I think the Fallout lore and the Fallout universe is just awesome. It's so well done because it, to me, like, absolutely paints the picture of post-apocalyptia. Like, raiders and cult groups and just crazy people, and then you have the people that are trying to liberate the people that are in trouble and whatnot, and it is picture perfect post-apocalyptic wasteland lore, and Bethesda just went and shit on it.
What do you mean? they've done a great job.
You're right.
They've done the best job that they could have.
If I could have gotten one easily, like if I could have replaced it easily and cheaply, I would have just fucking torched my T-51 Power Armor helmet and sent it to their headquarters with a note that says, "Fuck Fallout 76, I'm not giving you any more of my money." But that helmet...
Does that mean you're not going to get Fallout First?
I haven't subscribed to Fallout First, nor do I have any anticipation of doing so.
Well, you don't want to get bullied?
It's not even that. I don't give a shit if I'm bullied. It's the fucking principle, man. Like, I'm okay. As much as I hate games as a service, it's the way games are right now. It shouldn't be, but it's the way it is. And there's no fighting it because game companies don't give a rat's ass what you think. They really don't.
They would if people would stop.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you stop paying for
will.
it, but there's just enough whales in it to make it lucrative for them.
So, I'm okay. I've gotten over that. Would I prefer a game that doesn't have games as a service? Yep, definitely. But you know what? If it's going to be done, as long as it's not intrusive, I don't care. I totally understand and accept that a multiplayer game like Fallout 76, if you want to have private worlds, is going to cost you a couple bucks a month. But 13, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's a bit excessive.
$100 a year?
$100 a year. And first off, yes, I am wholly aware that it is not just a private world you're paying for, and that is my second big problem with Fallout 76's Fallout First subscription. Why the fuck are you locking game mechanics behind a paywall? Is there a problem?
I keep hearing something.
Maybe it's A&W's equivalent to the golden tickets, and there's a key in there, and you've been selected to go to a tour of the factory. I just hear fizz.
I don't know, man.
Dude, it sounds like Pop Rocks in that can right now. It seriously does. You can stop, though. That's horrendously annoying. So yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to go down the fucking rabbit hole again, because every time we start talking about it, we go down the rabbit hole. But I really genuinely fear for the future of Bethesda games.
Yeah.
Especially people that were looking forward to fucking Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 I'm worried about. Their new IP I'm worried about. And especially because they're just like, yeah, we're still using the same engine. It's like, bruh. That engine is, one, so fucking old, and it'll be so much older by the time those games come out. They're gonna look outdated. They're gonna play outdated.
Yep.
It's just, what are you guys doing?
And it's not good. And then we were talking about this. We probably should have discussed it earlier on the podcast, because I no longer remember the details. And it actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might have been more from the 2 or 3 weeks that we took off during the holidays. But apparently, some bigwig from Respawn Entertainment is now the CEO or head of EA.
Yeah, the former president or something of Respawn is now CEO of EA, which is interesting.
This could be good.
I mean, if you look at the recent direction of EA 2, minus EA Sports, there's some promising things coming out of them.
I will agree with you.
And two of those things have been from Respawn.
Yeah, I will agree with you, but on the front that you also have to take into account that EA was facing several, big fucking lawsuits from country governments about their microtransactions. So I'm not necessarily going to believe that they did it because they wanted to or they thought it was right. They probably did it so that they could sell their games in all the countries they wanted to sell their games in.
Yeah.
But
I mean, business is business. Huge success
from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Right.
Guess what was so special about that game? It looked fucking gorgeous. It played fucking great. It had a single player, powerful storyline and no microtransactions at all. And guess who put the game out?
Respawn, EA. And guess what? It won Game of the Year, didn't it? No, it came out too late in the year, I think is what they said. But everybody was like, this would have been a major contender.
It would have been it would have been a show. And that's my point. How, because, and this is, you can, if you don't believe me, you can look this up. There are interviews.
I realized the guy, like, to the left of Ezio there, he looks like the Gray Fox from fucking Oblivion. And it's just really dumb. I think it's hilarious. Anyways.
Right then. You can find, I can't queue up the sources now, but I've seen the articles where I might have even been the president or the former CEO or whatever of EA, said in an interview that they were really focused on multiplayer games and games as a service for multiplayer games because players were not as interested in single-player campaigns.
Right.
First off, that's bullshit.
Yeah, Sekiro won Game of the Year, which is a single-player story-based experience.
Right.
And then Jedi Fallen Order got a fuck ton of praise.
So,
and it has no multiplayer component at all.
What it is they're just trying to make it sound like they know what they're talking about so they can continue to microtransaction the shit out of their games.
Yeah, fucking nickel and dime, everybody.
So I'm actually excited to see if this Respawn CEO turns things around for Electronic Arts. Because I don't know, I truthfully don't know what caused the former CEO to be gone. Whether it was stepping down or whether they had, because EA is a publicly owned company.
Right. And
their shareholders probably were not very happy when their stocks continued to drop because Anthem had a shit release and then it got shittier, and then Battlefield 5 had a shit release and it got shittier, and their public relations team did not handle any of this very well, and they continued to lose money and miss targets.
And then they had some debacles in other countries with their cases for their so-called surprise mechanics and other things.
If I'm an EA shareholder, I want the guy in charge gone. Because clearly he's not making good decisions. So...
yeah, he's not handling my money appropriately.
I suspect what might have happened is
he was pressured to step out of...
He was pressured to step out, and they put somebody in charge who was responsible for some of the success that EA has had in the recent years.
Right. I really hope that the EA sports community, whether or not they realize that they're a community, fucking wakes up and realize all the bullshit that they're being put through, where they're just getting like reskinned, re-rostered games shipped to them every year with minimal, if any, improvements.
Yeah, why not just do like a yearly update? Like one big yearly update to change the rosters and stuff like that.
Right, and then like maybe every 2 years you come up with a new game that has gameplay and graphical improvements.
Yeah, instead of just having, NBA 2K19, have NBA 2K.
Apparently, NFL or Madden 2020, I think, or 19 or 2020, either one, is literally the exact same game, because somebody took a screenshot of something up in the stands that had a date on it, and next to it said 2020 and the other side said 2019. Like they reskinned this one, but they forgot to fucking paint over that one.
Nice.
Like, wow, can you get any more lazy and blatant?
Yes. Arc and Atlas.
You right.
Hey
guys, you want to play our play our early access game, and then before we finish it, we'll release another one,
and
charge you $80 to play.
And what you won't realize is that the new game that we're releasing is actually this game. It's just got different themes. It's the exact same game though. If you go down the options list far enough on the menu, you'll actually find ARC settings. It's efficient that way. It saves us money.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm actually interested to see, and what I'd be really interested to see is if this new CEO kind of takes the EA Sports genre and nickel and dimes people less, because I'd be really interested to see how that community reacts to not having to pay for every little fucking thing.
Apparently, the latest NBA game added literal slot machines and pachinko machines. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? It's not gambling. It's surprise mechanics. Okay, you can't say that whenever you put actual gambling machines in your games. There's a literal one-armed bandit there.
Nate's in deep trance with an article on his phone.
NZXT has some pretty awesome AIO coolers out now.
Gotcha.
The water block or whatever has a LCD screen in it, and you can set up and have like GIFs on it and stuff.
That's pretty fucking cool, actually. Not gonna lie.
I know. I'm a little upset because it sounds like I might be replacing mine already.
Hey, I'll take it off your hands if you don't want it.
That doesn't match. It doesn't match your computer.
I can paint it. Get some high temp paint. How much is that cooler? Probably a lot of money.
A little bit.
How much? 600?
No, not that much. Jesus.
500?
No, $250.
Oh, that's not that much.
For a cooler, it is.
It's got the block and the radiator, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of fans? Couple fans?
2 fans.
Yeah. Of course, I wouldn't use them. I'd use mine.
Mine was like $100. That's
yeah.
Yours
doesn't have an LCD screen on it.
Price.
And it doesn't have an LCD screen.
I'm just about to tell him to shut up and take my money, though. I'm telling you what. This is brilliant.
Oh, dude, I wonder if you could put like the Sea of Thieves logo on there and make the inside of your computer all Sea of Thieves and shit, like all green and blue. And oh, that'd be awesome.
I mean, your case is black. There's so many different things you can do with black and RGB.
I'm actually thinking of getting a new case in the somewhat distant future. Not that I don't like this case, because I absolutely love this case, but after building Colton's computer and helping him with his, I really, 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 really like the NZXT case that they have. A lot. Like, I absolutely love that case. It's so clean and minimalistic and sleek. It's just awesome. And it's got the power supply shroud. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
What?
The temps.
Well, yeah, that's another option you can do, though.
Oh. I think it'd be absolutely cool, though, if you could put, like, the Sea of Thieves skull in there somehow. Like, get the little pixel thing as the skull, and then set all your colors in your case to red and, or purple and green and blue, all Sea of Thieves-y colors, and yellow. I finally got my light on my RAM sticks to work.
Good job.
So, to make a long story somewhat short, I have an MSI motherboard, and I have Trident RGB RAM. I don't have an Asus anything, but in order to control the lights on my RAM sticks, Trident's program doesn't work. MSI's program doesn't support lighting for RGB light sticks or RAM sticks. So I have to download Asus Aura, which is the Asus interface to program the lights in your Asus computer to change the lights on my Trident RGB RAM.
Yeah, that
you want to know the absolute best part about this whole debacle is that Trident hasn't released an update to their software because Asus has a program that works.
Well, okay then.
They're like, yeah, we can't get it right. Just go get Asus's. It's fine. It's whatever. So
it's a light controller.
Like but now it works. Like I've got them set up to the same color as my like the rest of the lights in my computer, and then it just flashes the 3 sections because your RAM is set up into 3 sections: the top section, the middle, and the bottom, and they get brighter. Like it shoots across top, middle, and bottom. It's really cool. It matches the marquee light pattern that I have in my computer.
Nice.
But
what a fucking nerd.
Yeah, fucking nerd. Jesus.
You know what? Just because
hey, Rainbow Unicorn.
What?
Just because you're talking about it in such glowing fashion, I'm tempted to walk over there and just put my fingerprints all over your case.
I would be thoroughly upset at you.
I'll just have a dick, not like drawn with my finger, but like fingerprint after fingerprint in the shape of a dick.
And I would have a dick on your car in the shape of a dick, but it wouldn't be fingerprints, it would be key marks, but it wouldn't be like one straight key mark, it would be one little tiny scratch at a time all down the door.
Dude, that's not even right. You don't joke about that.
Don't joke about dirtying up my computer.
Well, you know what? That can be fixed with a fucking cloth.
Do you know how hard it is to take greasy fucking fingerprints out of tempered glass panels? It's damn near impossible.
Not really.
I have tried.
Well, you
It
just
takes
don't know
a
how to
lot
clean
of
that
effort.
Glass. Just you get some cleaner, you get a rag, and you get a squeegee. Bam.
I don't have a squeegee.
Get
Nobody
one.
has a squeegee anymore.
Go to
You
fucking.
You
Gas
can't even.
stations don't even have anymore. People kept stealing
Yeah,
them.
you can't even Google them because nobody knows how to spell them.
Go to Harbor Freight and get like a little.
We don't
orange
have
little
squeegees at Harbor Freight.
Well, find one.
They used to sell squeegees and they quit. Probably because nobody knew how to spell it.
Do you have any squaggies? You know, the little things that you wipe windows with.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Not that it doesn't look like I've got anybody in the chat right now, but we are live for the first time in like 3 months on YouTube for the LAN Party. We haven't done the LAN Party on YouTube in several months. We had some technical difficulties. I think
Because we hate you all.
no, it's definitely not. My YouTube fan base is actually my loudest fan base, which is really disappointing because I
You hear that? He's
Pushing it.
disappointed in you guys.
no, I'm pushing to get affiliate on Twitch, and Twitch doesn't send me any fucking viewers
You're
except
his
my
least-
regulars.
You're his least favorite child, even though you're the most successful.
No, they're my favorite community. I just but thank you for doing that on the stream.
You're
That
welcome.
was but like when the YouTube COPPA things came through, like the Child Protection Acts and whatnot.
Fucking children. They ruin everything.
Why can't everyone just be adults?
Seriously.
You're right. But like I couldn't use the YouTube Classic stream setup anymore, which is what I use to do my description and my thumbnail and everything for YouTube, because it didn't have support for child restrictions, and you couldn't set like a blanket setting for your entire channel that said,
18 plus.
all the content on this channel is 18 plus unless otherwise notified. You have to set it per video per stream.
That's super annoying.
Right. And when that came out, I could no longer use YouTube Now. I had to use YouTube Events. And Restream wasn't really compatible with YouTube Events for a while. And then, I guess a couple weeks ago, OBS updated. And when OBS updated, it defaulted back to my Twitch stream key and not my Restream stream key. So I haven't been live on Mixer either. I'd just been streaming to Twitch. So that is why my Restream chat for the past 2 or 3 weeks has said 0 viewers when I had OBS saying that I had 2 or 3 viewers. And that is one of the reasons that I haven't been live on YouTube or Mixer. So it's all squared away now. It's fixed. Should be live across platform. And I actually came really close, and I still might. I'm kind of tossing about the idea of doing like a Facebook gaming content page and streaming to that one as well.
Just so you can have a full 60-second lag on your chat.
Well, that's going to happen if I restream at all. But no, I'm trying to get on as many platforms as I can and urge people to follow me on Twitch because I'm never going to hit affiliate if I don't get Twitch viewers. And I don't know why, but I don't even get traffic from Twitch. The only people I get with Twitch, and granted, I'm grateful of these people, are the regulars. People that follow me on Twitch and hang out on Twitch on a regular basis, those are the only ones I get on Twitch. I don't get new people. I get tons of new people on YouTube all the fucking time. Why?
There's probably still more people on YouTube than Twitch.
Yeah, but there's also, you think about how long YouTube's been around and how many people are streaming at one time on YouTube. I mean, the thing I think it is I don't think YouTube, granted, they do it, but not near as bad. They don't push their partners near as hard as Twitch pushes theirs. Like, you have to go digging to find my channel when you stream.
Yeah, even whenever I follow your channel, it's really hard to sort your shit through my followers.
Like,
I can't fucking find your shit half the time. I have to specifically search things to find it.
just for shits and giggles, right now we're streaming live on Twitch under the genre of talk shows and podcasts. Okay, so let's
Are you gonna
browse.
move that over to the stream?
Yes. Let's go to filter by. Whoops. What the fuck? Can I not search by categories like talk show and podcast? Or games? Because it's actually considered a game. I don't actually, confession time, I don't actually browse a whole lot on Twitch, so I don't know where to, these are my followed channels. See, I don't browse live channels. Oh, wait a minute. Sort by, nope. Viewers low to high, recently started, viewers high to low. See, I don't have any tags, so this isn't going to find me. American football.
American football.
Oh, this may not work then. Oh, wait, can I just search? There we go. Figured it out, boys.
Twitch Pro over here
So right now,
really understands his platform.
here is talk shows and podcasts. This is everything that's streaming on talk shows and podcasts right now, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody see me?
No.
No. My point exact. Oh!
Hey.
There it is.
So,
I found it.
to put it into reference,
Where's my cookie?
right now, there are not that many streams going on right now, though.
No.
I mean, that's it. This is the bottom of the list right here. Here I am. So when you're looking at a game like...
You're on the first page, though.
Yeah, we'll just leave it. You're on the first
There's
page.
only one page.
Yeah. So, and again, this isn't me trying to shit on Twitch, but imagine that's searching through Sea of Thieves streamers at any given moment. Imagine how many people are probably streaming Sea of Thieves when we're streaming at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
I have no idea. I don't ever get on Twitch, honestly.
You should.
But I have YouTube.
Yeah, but you could, support your streamer friends and maybe stream alongside them so that we could have a group stream, because those are always fun.
I don't like streaming, though. It ruins
Why?
my performance.
You really think it would ruin your performance now?
I don't know.
It wouldn't.
But if it did, it would really make me upset.
It wouldn't. You hear this, Tyler? Tyler, you need to help me to pressure him into stream.
Hey Nate, you should stream.
I have two computers, though. Isn't there a way you can use your other computer to...
Yes, there actually is. There's a two.
How does that work?
We'll look it up at dinner. That's a
Because my other computer's no...
slouch.
Yeah, it's no slouch.
I know there are some setups you can do without a capture card, and there are others that you can't. So we just have to look it up. 2 PC streaming setup. You might need another Ethernet cable. That's the only trick.
Another one.
Because I think what you can do is you send your signal out of your computer's Ethernet into the streaming rig's Ethernet, and you stream from that rig, if that makes any sense. So you're actually not... Like, if I were to use that computer in the corner to stream, I would play my games on this one, and...
That one would just be screen grabbing and then
Right.
streaming that.
Yep. John says, I like how on YouTube you can see the search, while on Twitch it's just an overlay. What? Somebody care to enlighten me? I'm confused.
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't understand what you mean by that, but I agree.
I don't know,
Yes.
but yes.
John, help me convince him to stream. Oh, when you were looking at the podcast channels. Gotcha. Everybody in chat, yell at Nate and tell him to stream.
Stream, Nate.
Can't. My computer can't handle it.
Your
First off,
computer can't
that's a
handle
load
it.
of bullshit. Second off, I think of all the people in this room, you might be the most entertaining person in the room to stream.
I don't think so.
Because while you might be subtle and timid and quiet for the most part, see, John even said it, and I didn't have to prompt that because this comment was posted like 70 seconds ago. But it says, I mean, Nate always has the best moments. And that is absolutely positively true.
I don't know how that's possible.
You sound like another species when you sneeze.
You guys just make fun of me. This could be exposed to cyberbullies.
We're going to get you to stream. It's going to happen.
Do it, bitch.
And then I could multi-stream with you. And like, I could post the link and people could view the multi-stream and they could see both of our channels at the same time side by side.
Mm-hmm.
With a hefty delay on mine.
One of the main reasons I don't stream is so nobody can see how awful I am.
That's part of the funny stuff.
Nate, I stream.
Yeah,
Halo!
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Tyler comes into my chat all the time and tells me how bad I am. It's okay. I know I'm bad.
It's part of the fun.
I don't like how you guys are peer pressuring me.
John said he'd probably stream if his internet wasn't poo.
Yeah.
And if John can stream on his computer sometimes with his horseshit internet, you can stream on your supercomputer and your ultra-fast internet.
Another problem is my computer right now has a problem that I haven't felt like fixing where it crashes sometimes.
Hasn't done that while we played Sea of Thieves yet.
No, I don't think it has.
What?
So no, I don't think it has.
There you go.
I need to fix that, but I'm just too lazy.
The cool thing is, though, I don't think your stream would go down if your computer crashed, if you did a 2-stream setup or a 2-PC setup.
Yeah.
You would have black screen for a moment, but it wouldn't go down. That's what we're going to do. Everybody in my chat, all my followers, we're just going to gang up on Nate and convince him to stream. We'll talk it over and mull it over dinner because it is
Dinner
time for us to go eat. So, we will be playing Sea of Thieves tonight. We got a hell of a crew tonight, minus one person. Tyler's...
Hey.
Tyler is like
Hey.
the first ring of hell,
Fuck you.
and then the rest of us are further deep into the hell. So we're the cooler ones. And Tyler's a little less aggressive because he's... Are you playing with keyboard and mouse on your Xbox still?
No, I don't have. It's not a comfortable setup for me right now. As in, like, I can't use them. I can be proficient with keyboard and mouse. It's just the way I have it set up is not comfortable.
And this is why we've always been handicapped.
I mean, I'm more efficient on controller at this
Here
point
comes
anyways.
the excuses. Here
I'm
comes
just
the
saying.
excuses. Anyways, we're going to go eat. We'll be back around 8:30. Hopefully 8. Optimistically 8 p.m. So your shift starts at 8.
Okay. I'll be there.
Unless we get home earlier. Your shift starts when I say it starts.
All right.
And we'll get going. Hopefully we can have a good old pirate night on Sea of Thieves. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Y'all are
And we'll see you here in just a little bit.
shiver me